I am Iron Man. Hey everybody, it's your Righteous Pal, Numerous N here, back with another LEGO set review, and as you can guess from that whole skit there, you can assume what we're doing. Today we're going to be reviewing set number 76125, the Avengers Endgame Hall of Armor set. Now, be careful because this thing costs a lot. Since I already snapped my fingers, let's go ahead and take a look at what we've got. Now, this set comes with 5 figures, 1 brick-built figure, well, 2 brick-built figures, and a pretty radical play set. So let's take a look at some of the figures first, then the armors in chronological order, including the big one, and then take a look at the set itself. So here we have the Outrider. I'm looking at only one of them because there's no difference between the two of them. But, we've had these before in the Infinity War LEGO sets, so they're nothing really special. But you can army build them if you want. They come with the neck brackets that worked for Carnage and also the Iron Spider suit. The only form of printing is on their head, the back of their head, and the front and back, which I guess for these torsos you can use for comic book Wasp customs. I guess they kind of work in that sense. So since those are the only other 2 LEGO figs, let's take a look at some of the armors that we have. Starting off with the one that started it all, the Mark I suit. Now, even though usually when you look at it, it's kind of crap, but without it, we wouldn't standardly have Iron Man in the first place. This is actually a pretty decent figure. I don't mind that they use the invincible Iron Man head, or helmet. I think it actually kind of works. You're not going to want to have to make a new LEGO head model. So there's sort of the reason for that. There's a little jetpack that comes with the set. It's supposed to go on one of those pedestals, but I think it works here since the Mark I suit isn't really capable of much flight. I like some of the detailing on it. You can see some scruffs of dirt all over the suit and the little numbers that I'm pretty sure were there in the movie. Moving on to our next suit, we have one of my favorite suits, the suitcase armor. Or football armor. Someone told me that that's what it was called. But we all know this as the one that transforms into a suitcase. Now this is one of my favorite suits, not just in the MCU, but just favorite Iron Man suits in general. More will be sort of explained on it in a future video that I plan on making. But anyway, I always really liked the whole color scheme of red and silver. Or just red and white in general, if you couldn't already tell. So when I first saw this as a little kid, I was hooked on, because it looked pretty dope. And the fact that it comes from a suitcase, I was immediately a fan. Now if you're curious what's underneath, it's being possessed by a ghost. Alright, moving on to the next suit. I'm pretty sure this one came first before the other one. We have the Eagle armor. Now, there's been a lot of problems with this set, specifically this being one of them. Not saying that it's a horrible build, as it does come with some decent posability around the arms and legs, but, like, people have been talking about how the build is kind of clunky and awkward looking. Especially the face there. I think I can understand what they were doing, but it doesn't escalate here. Of course, you can store a LEGO fig inside, and it does have some pretty decent room. What I like about this is that, compared to an actual LEGO fig, it sort of statures pretty well. Wait, did I say LEGO fig? Oh, I meant Big Fig. Yeah, it's a tad taller than a big fig. But anyway, moving on from that, we have the next suit. The next suit being the Mark 41 Bones. The Mark 5 is the suitcase armor, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Now, this is also a pretty radical looking suit. Expect that word said a lot throughout this channel. And this suit has a pretty radical feature on its own right. If you've seen this in Iron Man 3, along with the Eagle armor, this thing will come apart into multiple pieces and then reform into a suit. I guess that's where it gets its name? Period? Question mark? I don't really know. But I really like the attention to detail on the suit, the back and front. It has sort of a pearl black sort of thing on its arm. You can't really see, but it has some sort of pearlish sheen to it. Like the Mark 1 and Mark 5, it's possessed by a ghost. Ooh. I will not be looking at the Mark 47 because even though it goes with its chronological order, it doesn't come in this set. Next, we are taking a look at the Mark 50, aka the suit he used in Infinity War. Now, when I first saw this when I was watching Infinity War, I thought it was actually pretty kick-ass. Though my favorite armor now at this point has to be the Mark 85. It's more akin to the classic costume if you actually look at it. Now, for some reason, it doesn't come with the weird accessories that the... Oh, sorry. It doesn't come with the weird accessories that the one comes with in any of the Infinity War sets, like the weird jetpack thing from the Thanos set, or any of the stuff from the New York set. So it's just kind of there on its own. Of course, this is the suit Tony is wearing in the set, and I really like what they did with the face print here. It's his little, like, HUD. It's the thing that you see in the scenes where you get to see him inside the suit. He does have another face print, which is this. I have so many problems with this. You cannot imagine. So that's each of the suits in its entirety. There's also the dummy here, but I don't really care much for that. So, apart from each of the figs, now we get to look at some of the play features this set comes with. So, of course, you can move this around like a weird little belt, and what's cool about this is that if you actually choose to buy more of these sets, you can actually stack them on top of each other, and however many Iron Man figures will come in the future, possibly. Maybe none because LEGO chooses to make ones based on the MCU more than comics. But yeah, you can just sort of store them there, and it makes more sense. Yeah, you can remove each of these and basically mess around with it however much you want. It comes with a little blender, a blaster, whatever the blade thingy is. It came in the Hulkbuster set from Age of Ultron. A wrench back there. And Tony Stark's famous toupee. Because everyone knows he's secretly bald underneath. On the back here, we have not much, but you can see some faint stickers like the suitcase armor here. You can't really see. The Striker armor, which I'm curious as to where that one is. And the House Party Protocol, which shows the Silver Centurion, the Heroic Age armor, the Heartbreaker armor. I can't really see many of them. It's hard to see. Now, this also comes with a little stand here where Tony would usually armor up at. Sorry. You had enough screen time. You could use this for like stop motion with taking apart each segment of the suit if you wanted to. I think it works perfectly in that sense. Of course, I am using the scuba suit for this because, well, why not? This thing also spins around, which, pretty nifty. Then you have this little computer area here where you can just store any Tony Stark figure you have there. Sorry about the lighting, too. Now, you have a couple stickers here. You have system error thing. Then you have Jarvis on a screen here. You can't see him, but he's there. I don't remember what this is. That's a keyboard. And there's a sticker here that shows someone calling him, that person being Agent Coulson. I guess he's not dead. I haven't really been following Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So I'm sorry that the review was a little short. There was something I needed to get done, and it was pretty important. So hopefully you can understand. And of course, this never happened in the set, or this never happened in the movie because, well, they wanted to avoid spoiling it around the time it was originally coming out. So you can respect LEGO for at least making sure that people weren't spoiled for the movie. So I hope you guys enjoyed the set. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment down below commenting on what your favorite armor is. It could be anything from the comics, video games, or movies. Also, what do you guys think of the new suit? Found some weird container with black goo in it. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Stay radical.